Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you come in. What are you doing here? You've come to see my collection? Well, that's a bit odd, I have to admit. But I suppose I can't blame you. If you don't mind, I'm going to light this candle. It's frosted cupcake. I love cupcakes. Almost as much as I love death. What have you brought in with you? It's happiness, joy, positivity. That's going to have to go. Going to light this smudge stick. Get it burning nice and strong. I can't have any positivity in here. It ruins my vibes. Yes, that's much better. It smells much more like fear. It's much more pleasant, don't you think? Yes. Okay, that's Lastly, I'm going to light some incense. I find that the cupcake takes a while to bake in the air, so some sandalwood and incense ought to do the trick. There we go. And I'll put it in the holder. So, you've come to see my collection. I don't have much to show you. Unfortunately, you interrupted me while I was reading. I don't like to be interrupted. Have you heard of this book? It's the Charlie Bone series by Jenny Nimmo. Yes, I pronounced it right. It's one of my favorite book series. Plenty of death, and magic, and evil. The only thing is, the protagonist doesn't die. I find that disappointing. There's a lot of books in this series. There's Midnight for Charlie Bone, Charlie Bone and the Time Twister, Charlie Bone and the Invisible Boy, Charlie Bone and the Castle of Mirrors, Charlie Bone and the Hidden King, and there's this one, Charlie Bone and the Beast. I'm hoping that maybe in this one the Beast will maul Charlie Bone, but I don't have strong expectations, considering after this book is Charlie Bone and the Shadow. He does look very terrified on the front cover, so I'm hoping that this book includes a lot of fear. I like fear. But again, I don't think he dies, because after that one is, of course, Charlie Bone and the Red Knight. This is one of my favorite characters, Olivia. I like her. It's hard for me to like people. Do you like a drink? This is my own special drink that I make. What's in it? Oh, just a little of this, a little of that. What's that in the bottom? I can't tell you that. It's definitely not a cinnamon stick, though. That much I can tell you. It's quite strong. Might not recommend it for you. Definitely not. So, what have I to show you? Do you have this little vial here? This is crystallized poison. Yes, much like cyanide, yes. What you do is you simply uncap the bottle, empty out a little bit of the crystals. Doesn't take a lot, it's very potent. You crush them up, preferably with bones. Yes, human bones. Animal will do, but human is much more efficient. And you can put them into the drinks of your enemies, or perhaps serve them with a lovely bolognese sauce for your family. Yes. I did this last week, yeah. My family enjoyed it. Yes, they're still alive. We're a bit different than most families, you understand. We're a little creepy and kooky, mysterious, kooky. We're the Addams family. Yes. Anyway, this is my crystallized poison. I also make this myself, as my aunt taught me how to make this. Of course, she is dead now. How did she die? Well, let's just say, perhaps you really shouldn't drink my homemade drinks. Yes. Next in my collection is a feather that I took from a dead raven. He was my pet. What was his name? His name was Unicorn. Yes, I love unicorns. They are my favorite creatures. But this was my favorite of his feathers. He had many, but I specifically took this one from his wings. How did he die? You know, I don't think you're prepared to hear that story. But let's just say he was still alive when I took the feather, but he has since been deceased. Would you like to feel it? It's so soft. Sometimes when I'm having happy thoughts and I want to calm myself down, I'll sit and cuddle with this. It makes me feel much more depressed. And then I feel better. Here we have my bag of magic runestones. Here I have a lot of them. In this nice leather pouch. Would you like to see them? I have many, as you can see. This one, when placed under the mattress of a sleeping person, will send them into the deepest sleep of their life. In fact, the last sleep of their life, for they will never wake up. Oh no, they are not dead, simply dreaming endlessly. Nightmares, horrible thoughts. Quite pleasant, isn't it? This one, when placed under the plate of an undeserving guest, will cause them to choke on the food of your choosing. It is not always lethal, but in most cases, it is. This one, while seemingly innocuous, will make whoever touches it fall in love with you. This one's for me, though. I don't give this to strangers. This one promotes hair growth. Yes, that's it. How do you think I have these beautiful braids? It takes a lot of time to grow hair. I should know. I have some growing in the garden. Yes, a very long time. I planted quite a few of these in my garden, actually. The dreadlocks are coming in nicely this season. This is probably my least favorite stone, as it promotes health. I prefer sickness. Yes. Much like this stone, which is my favorite. Place this in the home of anyone of your choosing, and them and anyone who enters their home will immediately become covered in boils and warts and painful, painful lesions that no doctor can ever cure. The only way to cure it is through removing the stone or counteracting it with the health stone. Placing these two near each other can cause them to cancel out, so I would not recommend doing this. This one promotes bad luck. This one is a bit more complicated because it must be ground up into a paste, which then must be applied to the victim's hair. I don't make this up. You think I am joking? Well, I would just say that you should wash your hair less. This one will make the victim go blind. This one is quite easy. You simply set it out during a full moon and wait until you see the first bat fly overhead, and then you whisper the name of the person that you wish to afflict this on. Make sure not to say it too loudly, though. They might know that it was you. Oh yes, it's happened to me. There are many a name out in the graveyard that I know. This one, well, you know, I'm not entirely sure what this one does. Would you like to see? Come now, don't be afraid. Well, we'll save that to the end, won't we? This one is similar to the blindness stone, however it's a bit different. It will make the victim's entire world turn black as night. Different shades, perhaps. Grays, light white, dark black. But basically their entire world becomes like an old horror movie. Yes, my mother is quite fond of this one. We have 3 left. This one is one of my favorites. Turns a person's blood into liquid lava. They burn from the inside out. Yes, I've heard it's quite painful and fascinating to watch. This one is a bit amusing, to be quite frank. It causes the victims to lose all memory of anything they've ever learned. Every intelligent thought just goes from their mind, never to be thought again or learned again, and it's permanent. And the last one is my most special one. This is immortality. You can never die or be injured unless I keep it in very safe hands. My own. You do think my hands are safe, correct? Good. That is something that I would hope you do, considering we'll be trying out that unknown stone on you. I'm sorry, what was the question? You like my lipstick? Thank you. I'm quite a fan of makeup. I like men to know that even though they can't have me, that they should want me. I could do some for you if you'd like. Yes, I can make you look as beautiful as I do. Come here. Are you having fun? I don't usually like visitors, but I've been enjoying having you. There, you look much better. Would you like to see what happened to the last person that visited me? This was Alan. Yes, we weren't very good friends. He came in unannounced. What did I do to him? Why would you think I would do something to him? This is merely a coincidence. But perhaps people did learn to knock before coming in. Alan was a boring man, lived a boring life, and died a boring death. I would very much suggest that you don't turn out like Alan. Poor, poor Alan. The last thing I have to show you is my wallet. Yes, I have a wallet. Yes, I have money. How do you think I afford all the things I buy? Poisons, knives, axes. These things take time and money. I have a job, you know. I'm a mortician. But as usual, I currently have no money. This is my wallet. It has many studs and chains on it. It's very fun to play with. On the back of it is clear. If I had one of these cell phones that everyone seems to have these days, I would probably put one here. As it is, I think I might put some pictures of my family in here. The Addams family. Well, that about sums up my collection. Maybe it's time that we tried out the stone. I'm fairly certain that all I need to do is place it on or around you. You can try a couple of different things. How about we see what happens when you simply hold the stone? Do you feel anything? You're feeling tired. I do hope that the stone doesn't affect you like the first that I've shown you. You're feeling very sleepy? Well, my friend, it doesn't sound like things are going very well for you. I do so hope that you don't end up like Alan. Your eyes look so heavy. Perhaps I should leave you to go to sleep now. I do hope you wake up so that you can come visit me again. As long as you knock. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.